Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls. I am Commodore, and I hope all is war and well in your world. I'm here to entertain, maybe make you laugh, perhaps a smile or two. But if you'd rather go watch someone else, then I can't blame you.
Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, I'm Carbonor. Welcome to my channel. Hope all is warm and well in your world today. Things are pretty cool here. So, if you've seen the last couple episodes of this, you know that they've been kind of sad. The attendance of the other players. So, we're gonna see if it's any better now. Check the store real quick because I saw a kudos celebration. Perhaps that means that there might be some stuff down here I can get with kudos. But I'm not seeing anything yet. Hate that. I don't hate that at all. I might be about to buy that. And of course, if I buy it, I will be going back to the old look. Yeah, I'm not. I got those. Okay, yeah, I saw it say, it said kudos celebration, but I'm not seeing it. But I'm buying these. Right now. We're going back to the old outfit. How do I take it off? That way. Yes. Lemur tail. I didn't even know I had that. Oh, I just got some new shit. That's what it was. There was a special thing for being a PlayStation Plus user. They had a few items. I don't think the tail works anymore. I'm not hating that. I'm not hating that. All right. I wish the black of the face didn't seem so red. It's clearly supposed to be all black, but, you know, hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Sometimes shit just doesn't work out the way you want it to. That is a life lesson in general, really, that you could take with you throughout your day. And that would be sound advice. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you want it to. You know what? There's a whole lot of people in this country right now that need to take that advice to heart. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you want it to, and maybe next time. That's about all you can say. Hey, while we got a second here, I usually say this for the end of my episodes, but I'm gonna say it now because I guess it's mostly my fault. But if you guys could leave me a like, a comment, a share, or a subscribe, that would be so fucking awesome. I had an incredible amount of growth there for a couple of weeks. Actually, close to a month. I gained over 200 new subscribers. I gained almost 1,000 watch hours. But I had son of a bitch. I had a bunch of shit that I had to pay all at once, bill-wise, and I forgot the date on my YouTube membership. So they completely killed my momentum in the algorithm. Completely destroyed it because I wasn't giving them money, which is, I guess you could say is, well, of course. So I'd like to try to claw back to that momentum, and any likes, any engagement would be extremely helpful in that goal. So if you guys could please just take a second and click that like, subscribe button. You can comment if you want to. I promise I'll read it, and I'll probably more than likely respond to it too, as long as it's, in English. Well, not even in English, as long as it's not gibberish, let's say. Because I'll translate it if it's not in English, but if it's just gibberish, just random word salad thrown together, as I've gotten a couple of times that I've read the messages, and I'm just like, what are you trying to say? It's almost like sometimes people from other countries use bad translators, perhaps, and then when you try to actually read it, you're like, I don't know who translated whatever you tried to say, but they did it really badly. Really badly. But yes, engagement would be super awesome. I anticipated when I got the first notification that the payment had failed. I was like, God damn it. Because then I was going into my YouTube analytics, every day, because I was charting my progress. Of course, when you go for a year and a half without getting any traction, and then suddenly you start getting it, you're gonna check it on the daily. And when I got that first notification, I started checking it, and yeah, the line just started going down, 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 and I was like, you motherfuckers. Because I'm not giving you money, you're pulling me out of the fucking algorithm. I mean, that's so shitty. It's understandable, I get it, but at the same time, it's so shitty. It just proves, that there's conditions that you have to meet before you can be one of these YouTuber type people. Which again is understandable. I'm liking it. We've got a lot of people here today. This is not a dead crowd like it has been in the last couple episodes. So that's very cool. Very cool. It makes it more fun when there's actual competition. When there's actual people to play against, it makes it more fun. What are we supposed to do here? Where's the finish? Am I missing something? Oh, I'm supposed to go over there. Okay. I think I understand now. Yeah, okay. That was kinda... Oh, fucking shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this one, guys. Cause I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to be doing. Yeah, that one. I apologize for that one. I had no idea what my purpose was in that one. At all. Well, that sucked. I didn't know what I was doing. That's the problem sometimes with a game that you have control of the camera with. If you don't have it pointed in the right place. There's somebody with my old ghost, the outfit that I just took off. Oh shit. Oh, that's not good. Fuck you, hammer. Whee! That one was easy. That one was easy. Okay, this is taking a long time to shuffle. Shuffle. I think I'm going to try something here just shortly. Because of the YouTube Premium, being suspended for a while, I wasn't really making videos because I was, I don't know. I was a week ahead, so I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to hang off on recording anything until I reactivate my membership. So that's what I'm doing right now is I got to get caught back up for Friday, which is tomorrow. Well, actually, it's 2:30 in the morning right now, so it's today. In just a few hours, I have to have an episode of Fall Guys up. So, and then I'm going to do a Fortnite. But then I think I'm actually going to try. I have no idea. What are we doing here? I have to stay in the yellow. Okay, I got it. I got it. And then I'm going to do a Fortnite episode real quick. And then after that, I think I'm going to try my first live stream. Because I saw somewhere that you can do it with a PlayStation Plus. Son of a bitch. So, or with a PlayStation 5, you can just do it. And I was like, well now. I'll have to give it a shot. See what happens. I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest with you. Kind of excited. Yay! Last one. So we're going to give that a shot. I'm not anticipating a lot of viewers, but I'm going to do it for like an experiment. Just to see that I've done it. For the longest time, I thought that I had to hit those milestones, the 500 subscribers and the 3,000 watch hour milestone in order to do live streams, but it turns out that's just for super chats. I was misunderstanding it. So technically I should be able to just, you know, hop on and do a live stream. So we're going to give that a shot. See if I get anything out of it. Oh, this is moving. Oh, okay. Where's the fan at? Okay. I didn't do a whole lot there, but I'll take it. I would say join me on the live stream here in just a little bit as I attempt to do so. But this episode won't be out likely until it's over. So till I'm done. So I don't know how long I'll be doing it. I'm gonna jump on the First Descendant because there's a lot of grinding involved with First Descendant. And boy, I'm telling you what, right now I have been working overtime grinding away on the First Descendant. I have done quite a bit recently. I always liked that game from the time that I started playing it. You know, I like the character designs. They look realistic. They look attractive. The gameplay is absolutely phenomenal. It's smooth. It's clean. It's a shoot 'em up type of game, and I love shoot 'em up type of games. God damn. All right. So, but once I started customizing the characters, once I started buying the outfits and changing the colors and shit like that, I have fallen in love with the First Descendant. I have now, oh my God, that coffee is fucking with me hardcore. I have now just shy of 200 hours on it. I'm telling you, I'm putting the work in. I've got a unique, I guess you could say unique. I'm sure somebody has partially copied the things that I've done. There's only so many so far, you know. They've not been doing. There's not a shitload of the cosmetics available yet. Like say for a game like Fortnite. You know, Fortnite has, Jesus Christ, 1 million fucking skins. But it's good to see that they're doing collaborations. You know, they had the Nier Automata stuff, and then they've got the Bayonetta one, which is going on right now. Yes, if you're a fan of Bayonetta and you would like to continue playing as Bayonetta in some form or fashion, then I encourage you to download the First Descendant. It's a free game, free to play. You can get her outfit, the Bayonetta outfits, the skin, for, I think, without the emotes or the gun, you can just get the skin for, I think, 1,000 of their dollars. The Caliber, I think it's what it's called. And you can continue the further adventures of Bayonetta in a whole new game. So if you're into Bayonetta, I suggest you do it. It's like a fort. And I'm sure eventually they intend to. I'm sure they will reoffer things eventually, kind of like Fortnite does. You know, I don't see why they wouldn't. Because I'm I'm kind of hoping that they do, due to the fact that I did not get the full bundle for the Nier Automata stuff, and every time I see somebody with the 2B outfit, I kick myself because, you know, I got the A2 one, and I'm not upset that I got the A2 one because it's a pretty hot outfit. But the 2B one is just a classic look. It's a classic design. Everybody knows it, and I would have liked to have had it, but I came in way too late on that collab to get it, sadly. But that's why I made sure not to let that happen with the Bayonetta one, because I'm a much bigger fan of Bayonetta than I am of Nier Automata. I bought Bayonetta when it came out, like when it came the fuck out. Like I had heard that it was coming out and was looking forward to it and waiting on it, that kind of thing, you know? It's not just a game that I was just kind of like, oh, look. No, I was like, oh, I want to play that so bad. But with them doing collaborations like that, it gets me hopeful for the possibility of things that could come. You know, they're working on a Lollipop Chainsaw 2, and surely this or Fortnite, or First Descendant or Fortnite will have a collaboration with Lollipop Chainsaw. I fucking hope so. I would love to have the Julia Starling outfit in First Descendant. And maybe other games. Like, I would love to see Blood Rain. Somebody needs to make a new fucking Blood Rain game. What the fuck is everybody waiting for? I know she's an overly sexual character, but you know what? Get the fuck over it. Sometimes characters are over-sexualized, just like real people. Some people are straight-laced, and some people are sexual. You know what I'm saying? So it should apply then as well to a video game character, to IP, you know, characters and stories and movies and games and fucking everything. That some people are very, you know, prudish, and then some people are very flamboyant, let's say. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with the occasional game to have sex appeal. And if you think that there is, you're the problem. It does not hurt the world. It does not hurt any woman. It does not hurt any person that I play a game where a woman makes sexual and provocative fucking movements and fucking, you know, dances and shit like that. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not gonna hurt a single fucking person. If you think it hurts you, then you might be stupid. You might be a little bit stupid. Ah, yeah. Because it does not. And ladies, let me just tell you this right now, just so you know. Guys do not need video games to sexualize you. I'm just letting you know that you could take away every game in the world, every movie in the world, every TV show in the world that has a woman depicted as a sexual object. It will not alter men and the way they think. It will have no bearing on anything that happens. You want to know why? Because men have always been like this since the creation of men. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop a man from walking down the street and seeing an attractive woman and going, God damn. You're not going to stop that. That is never going to happen. Never going to happen. Just like we're never going to stop you women from bitching about it. So give it the fuck up. Get over your goddamn selves. Say thank you when a dude says you're attractive, and move on with your goddamn life. It's that simple. It really is that fucking simple. It's not complicated. It's not hard. I have been complimented by women that I didn't know from fucking Eve before. Did I lose my fucking shit? No. I just said, hey, thanks. And I moved on with my fucking day. You can do the same. It is possible for you to do the same. Because I can tell you, it's possible. It's possible. I body blocked that guy. I feel bad about it. I'm just saying. Sometimes people get upset. It's like, you know, if a dude finds you attractive, just because you don't find the dude attractive does not mean that you can't be appreciative that another human being said, hey, you look good. You know, I don't understand that mentality. And also, just because a guy says, hey, you're pretty, doesn't mean he's gonna rape you in a Walmart bathroom, okay? I'm sorry, it doesn't mean that. Speaking as a male, the majority of males out there do not immediately think, hey, I want to go rape that chick because they find them attractive. I know that's probably a hard thing for you to process. As a woman, I get it. But seldom will you find a dude that will take it to that next level. Very, very fucking rarely will you find it. I know you girls out there would rather be with that wild bear than a man. You'd feel safer with a wild fucking bear than a man. Well, you're an idiot. And men and any woman who says they would rather be with a wild bear, alone with a wild bear, than a fucking man is a woman that no man would want to be alone with. Because that would be so goddamn dangerous. That is a bitch who will say anything and do anything to fucking absolutely smear and destroy you. That's what that is. That is a psychotic fucking bitch. Who will ruin your life for the simplest, stupidest little fucking thing. Oh no! Shit! I was actually talking to a guy at work recently, a new hire, about women and my problems with them, and why at the age of 50 I'm still a bachelor. I think that is the first time in my life I've ever called myself a bachelor. But I suppose, I mean, do you have to be a single older dude who dates to be a bachelor, or just a single older dude? Because I've always kind of associated the word bachelor with a dude who did date a lot, but was like, no, I'm not going to get married. But I guess technically, a man who's not in a relationship is a bachelor, or not married, maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. I guess I could look it up, but I'm not that concerned about it. But at any rate, Yeah, I was talking with one of my friends at work and explaining all this to him, and I mentioned that because I wanted to say, give this guy, I'm going to give him a shout out here because he does music. He does punk music, a lot of punk music. That's his thing, and it doesn't sound too bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. Punk is not my genre, but he said their band sounds very, very Ramones-ish. You know what I'm saying? So it's worth a look. I'm gonna tell you right now. His channel is called Brady Ross, BradyRoss. So I'm giving him a shout out. I don't know how many people out there will hear this or be interested in it, but I'm gonna hook him up and help him out. I mean, not even help him out. Try to help him out, I guess is a better term, because I don't have a whole lot of subscribers myself, so there's not like a lot of viewership that I can toss around. You know, I'm not like 50,000 or strong or anything like that. I don't have an army of viewers like somebody like Asmongold or anything like that, but it's, you know, still, it's the thought that counts, and he's got some good shit. Go check it out. And he's got more than one channel, but he didn't give me all of his channels. He just gave me his main channel. He's only got 24 subscribers. So if you're out there, if you're listening to this, give him a look. Yes, this game is so much more fun when there's competition. When there's only a dozen people going through these things, it's almost like a liminal space kind of thing. It just doesn't feel right. It's weird. Oh my god. I don't know how the fuck I recovered from that. Oh, okay. I'll not go that way then, I guess. How about we do it this way? No! Misjudged the jump! Son of a fucking bitch! Misjudged the jump and fucked myself bad. No, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, Fall Guys! Yeah, it's too late. Well, go this way. Go this way. Hurry, 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 hurry. Quicker. Fuck you! God damn it! Give me a... Ah, son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Oh my god. Yeah, that coffee is tearing me up. Of course, it had been sitting there for a couple hours. I took a nap. So my coffee was left cooking for about 2 hours. So it was that last cup that I just drank was a little bit on the burnt side. So that's probably why it's fucking with me so hard. But these are the sacrifices that we make for the glory and the greatness that is coffee. Because coffee is life. We all know this. All my viewers know this. Coffee is life. And speaking of music, original music, you know, I was talking about my friend Brady. I am currently still working on new stuff for the Circle. Always working on new stuff for the Circle. I've got 6 songs completed, and I've got about 30 or some odd more that I'm working on. My process is this. See, I will, like, just going throughout the day, I will hear somebody say something, or sometimes even I'll just be talking to myself, and perhaps the cadence of it or the phrase itself, you fucking hammer, will be, it'll just like, there'll just be like a ding in my head that's like, oh, I like the way that sounds. Like for instance, I've got a song, I think it's called I Set the World on Fire, because one day I was coming home from work and I was trying to get I had a cigarette in my hand and I was trying to get my door unlocked, my front door unlocked. And the cigarette, shit, hit the fire of the cigarette on the sleeve of my coat. I think it was what it was, and the sparks went everywhere. And I was like, oh shit, I set the world on fire. And I was like, ooh. And it became I set the world on fire, and now my lighter's running out. It was me who set the blaze. Did you have any doubt? I spun the flint, and it did spark. The dancing flames lit up the dark. They slither out away from me, such a sight I wish you could see. It's so beautiful at night. The flickering of the light in the amber glow. I believe it's for the best. And intoxicating, yes. And now you know. I set the world on fire. I like that song. I like all my songs. Some of them I like better than others. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them, when I listen to them, even though I'm the one that wrote them, they make the hairs on my arms stand up. You know, it's like, oh, I love that song. As I've said before, it might be a little narcissistic. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I like the music that I create. And I ain't afraid to say it. It's good shit. Good shit. Got some more kudos. Always good to have some kudos. Always good to have some kudos. But yes, I'm working on new stuff. One of the new albums, probably the next one that comes out is going to be an acoustic album. I'm gonna give that a shot, see if I can do something with acoustics. I'm writing a few songs with that in mind that don't necessarily have as much of a hardcore tone to them. I just for shits and giggles, because these are things that bands do, that real bands do in their careers, you know. Sometimes a band will, have their normal albums, and then they'll get a wild hair and decide, hey, let's do a concept album. Or sometimes they'll there for a while in the 90s, MTV Unplugged was fucking huge, and every artist you could think of was doing an unplugged album. I mean, they did one for LL Cool J, for fuck's sake. I mean, everybody was doing unplugged. So an acoustic album is not unheard of. And concept albums are not unheard of. There's a couple of actually loose concept albums. All Shall Fall is a concept album. I don't know if people will be able to pick up on the concept of that particular album, but there is a concept there. And then Instruments of War, which is an instrumental album. Again, that's another thing that bands will do in their careers. They might have an all instrumental album. There's a loose concept behind Instruments of War. Which is I guess kind of hard to do. It's hard to convey a concept when there's no lyrics involved with it. It's just music. It's just all music, and it's more an emotional feeling that you get that should kind of tie that story together. I mean, it's called Instruments of War, and then you look at the title of the songs and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of see what you're saying here. But yeah, the next one I think will be the acoustic album. I've got the cover already for it. Y'all are gonna like the cover. Trust me, you're going to like the cover, because as I'm going to the videos that I have of the Circle currently, their albums on my YouTube channel, I'm going to redo them, because I'm going to eventually use the what is it called? DistroKid or something like that, to distribute my music to the different music services. And I want to make sure that everything is higher quality, you know, because there for the first couple of albums I used the designs, my characters. I took, you know, screenshots of my characters from the WWE game, so that's using that animation, and I would rather use the AI generated girls that I have actually created, as opposed to those images for some of the albums. So I'm redoing those, and I just want it to be a little more professional before I send it out to those places. So I will be re-uploading those once I get, you know, better stuff done. And I'm considering doing lyrics. I'm considering, you know, so you can, like, you know, see what the songs are actually saying. Because I know sometimes, especially with screen singing, it's hard to sometimes pick out what they're saying. I mean, you know, look at, you know, that's just the way it is. You know, when you're screaming at the top of your lungs in a growly voice, it can sometimes be difficult. Even though this is the music that I listen to and prefer, it can sometimes be difficult to know exactly what they're saying. I admit that. Because metal music is not always about the words, it's about the feeling. It's about how it makes you feel. So, I don't know. Sometimes I probably just talk rubbish. But, you know, it's my channel. I can talk rubbish if I want to. We ain't going this way, guys. Nope, ain't going that way either. Oh, these move. That's right, I forget. I always forget that these move. I don't know how to move them, but they move. Fucker! What is all this bouncing? Stop bouncing! bouncing, bitch. Oh, I can get through there. Oh yeah, I can. That really is, and I've said it before, making the music is really the most fulfilling part of this shit that I do for YouTube. Because it's the most personal. I mean, obviously there's a lot of personal in my characters, my original characters that have been with me for, you know, some of them have been with me for over 25 years. Some of those characters in those wrestling games I've had for over 25 years. I've just passed them from one game to the next for 25 years. But the music is what I feel most vulnerable about, and in my mind, whatever makes you feel most vulnerable as far as creative is probably what you care about the most. So you know, and I hear and I get it because I used to be on the other end. I used to, when all this AI shit started coming out, I was totally on board with the fact, well, it's theft, it's stealing people's shit. And then I started looking into it mainly because I started using the character maker app for shit, you know? So I started using those things, and I was like, okay, this is a pretty cool tool. And then I started using the Music Maker app to make, you know, my original intent was I was going to make entrance music for my original character wrestlers, you know, right? So I thought, you know, so that was my intention. And then I decided, hey, these girls, these particular characters are in a band. Why don't I just make... Oh, that was dumb. Why don't I just make a band using the songs that I have written like 20 or 30 years ago? And I started loving the results and was like, yep, this is what I'm doing now. But I started looking into it, and I realized, and I've gone through this before. I know I repeat a lot of shit, and that's, you know, that's what YouTubers do. They repeat the same stuff over and over again. If you've ever noticed that there's a whole lot of that going on with streamers, they just repeat the same stuff over and over again because it's their opinions, and you do it so often that, you know, you're going to cover the same topics more than once. But once I started looking into it, I realized that it's not, because look, okay, it'd be one thing if you said, write me, you know, if you put in your shit and said, and write me a song that sounds exactly like this band, right? I get that. That's going to be theft. If you're, you know what I'm saying? If you're using a band's style and the singer's exact voice and making them sing a different song, okay, I totally get that. But if you're not using those specifics, what the AI is doing, What the AI is doing is it's taking every song out there, right, to essentially learn how to make a song. Every song on the internet, right? So when you put in, I want a song to sound like this, and this, it's going to build that song off of everything. Everything. It's not going to just one artist. It's going to every artist. And when you say that, when you know that, it is a lot harder to convince me that it's really theft. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to convince me that it's theft. When it uses so many influences. I can't go there. Okay. When it uses so many influences, you just can't convince me that it's theft. And maybe that's my own mind trying to rationalize me doing the AI shit that I'm doing. Maybe, I don't know. But like I said, I used to be on that end. I used to be on that side that AI is theft, and I'm not there anymore. And it's not just because I've used it and saw how easy it is. It's just not. It's just not. I don't care what you say, because when you look at it in a broad, grand scheme of things, it's not. Because what's the difference if I am a person who can, let's just say for instance, I'm a person who can play anything, play any instrument. I've got my own, private studio, you know what I'm saying? I've got all the bells and whistles and all the things that you need to make music, right? I've gone throughout my whole life listening to all these bands, all these songs, all these people that I hold with esteem, all these people that I think are creative and talented. I've listened to all their shit, and all their stuff has inspired me, right? All their stuff has made me, has influenced my taste in music. And, so what is the difference there in me taking all of these different bands, being influenced by all of these different sounds, all of these different techniques, all of these different styles, and crafting my own song with all of that knowledge in my brain? What is the difference between that and telling an AI, make me this song? There's no difference. There's no difference. People are just, it's the newest form of technology. And the main people I think that are pissed off about it are musicians who have spent their entire lives learning how to play an instrument. The fact that somebody can come along and in 30 seconds do what it takes them days or weeks to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's just the same thing happened when Photoshop started coming out, when computer-generated image graphics started coming out. All of these things, every new advancement in the creative field, in the creative, world that comes out, people bitch about. People say, oh, this is lifeless. Oh, this has no soul. Oh, this is that. This is that. And then with a few years, it's just an accepted form of artistry. The same thing is happening with AI right now. You've got a whole lot of people who have spent their lives devoted to a certain thing, and now that certain thing has become infinitely easier, and they don't like it. It really is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. I understand why you're mad about it. I totally understand why you're mad about it, but you need to get the fuck over it. I'm sorry that you spent your entire life learning an instrument, and now I can do in 30 seconds what it takes you way fucking longer to do. I'm sorry that bothers you. I wish it didn't, but I understand why it does. But you guys need to get the fuck over it. This is where creative shit has gone. This is where it's headed. This is where it is. And it is not going away. It is not going away, kids. It's not. It's here to stay. Now will there be regulation for it? I'm assuming so. But you're gonna have to go a long fucking way to convince a lot of people, and I mean a long fucking way to convince a lot of people that it's theft. You just are. You're gonna have to prove unequivocally that yes, it is directly stealing. And the same can be said for images. You know what I'm saying? When you create an AI image of something, it's like, what is the difference in me studying my entire life Salvador Dali, right? The artist Salvador Dali. What is the difference in me studying my entire life Salvador Dali and then creating paintings in Salvador Dali's style? What is the difference between that and asking a fucking AI to do it? There is no fucking difference. There is no fucking difference. The only difference is it's easier. That's it. So that's the only thing that any of these fuckers are fucking complaining about, is that it's too easy. They don't like it's gatekeeping, essentially. It's gatekeeping. And I'm sorry, but that is the way it is. I didn't mean to do that because we're at an hour right now, so we're gonna have to call this an episode. But that's my opinion on AI. Is that that's the entire basis behind people being pissed off about it, is that they just are upset that I can sit here in my living room and make a fully produced fucking song that sounds like it went through a record studio, that sounds detailed, that has breathing for the singer when they draw in breath before they hit notes, you know, when it has all of these aspects, it sounds real and authentic. But I can do it in 30 fucking seconds, and it takes them longer. That's it. That's, you know, I'm sorry to beat this dead horse, but that's the truth of it. Now, none of these people are going to want to admit that that's the problem that they have with AI, but that is 1,000% the problem that they have with AI. Has nothing to do with theft and has everything to do with ease of use. That's it. You can try your goddamnedest to convince me otherwise, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're lying. All of these people, all of these motherfucking people, if you look deep down, they're just like, It's just, in my day, people had to fucking learn. They had to go to they had to start an instrument when they were like a teenager. They had to go to school. They had to take music lessons. They had to take music theory. They had to find a band, a group of people that they got along with, all who had a similar goal and similar tastes and similar styles to mesh together. And they have to work, and they have to process, and they have to, you know, give and take, and they have to, and all this other shit. Every idea that comes out, you have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on studio time. It's just like, yeah, that's what makes it real, right? That's what makes it okay. As opposed to me picking up an app and going, here's my lyrics, plunk. Do it in this style. Ooh, I like that one. That's basically the process of using AI music maker apps. At least, I mean, I'm sure there's some people who don't write their, I'm not sure. There are people who don't write their own lyrics, who just give a broad, you know, prompt of do this, 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 and this, and then just deal with the results. But I'm actually writing the lyrics. I'm being thoughtful about the prompts. I changed the style. I mean, if you listen to the songs, if my word got cut off. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I'll take that opinion to the grave, because you just cannot convince me. You just cannot convince me that it's theft. But anyway, we're gonna call that episode, and it's a good thing. It's good timing, because the coffee is running through me, and I have to piss so bad. So I'm gonna rush through this real quick. Thank you so much for being here. If you made it this far, you're a hero and a champion, and they will sing songs about you for decades to come. Please, if you could, consider just taking a second, like, a comment, a share, subscribe. Any one of those things is immensely helpful in my battle to try to get back into the algorithm. Now that I'm giving YouTube money again, maybe they'll do it. I don't know. While you're at all that, check out the rest of the stuff on my channel. There's all kinds of stuff that you can check out. There's concerts that I've been to. There's original music, as I've been talking about. There's my simulated wrestling federations and all sorts of playthroughs. Surely there'll be a genre that you're interested in. Just check those out. Let me know what you think. And ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, that just leaves me to say thank you once again. And until next time, later.